Hello, good afternoon. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. Today I will be making a video on how to cut a 6-gore skirt. Now a 6-gore skirt means that 3 is in the front and 3 is in the back. And I try to simplify this. This is how I teach my students. Now I know that there are a lot of tutorials out there, but as I said, I like to simplify things for my students, and this is why I like to make these videos, because I also want to simplify things for these beginners. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is find your entire waist measurement and your hip measurement. That's the widest part of your hip, and you're going to take a close waist measurement, meaning that these skirts, they're actually maybe on the bias like, and so you find they stretch a lot. Okay, so you want to take your your waist measurement very close, and the next step is, as I said, finding your waist measurement and hip measurement. When you find those two measurements, so if your waist is 24 inches, you're going to divide that into two, meaning you're going to have 12 inches to the front and 12 inches to the back. And the reason for that, we are all symmetrical when it comes on to that. So most of us in any case. So with that 12 inches, you're going to find 3 equal parts. Now we know that 3/4 is 12. We are actually working on 1 gore, and 1 gore will give us the other 5 gores. Okay, so with that 12 inches from your left side to your right side, what you're going to do is to divide that into 3 equal parts. And one way you can do this is use your tape measure. So let me show you the folding method that I use for some of my students who do not grasp it very easily. So here is 4 inches. I'm going to find 12 inches. So there is 12 inches. And what I'm going to do is to fold it like this and fold it like this. Fold it like this. So if you see there, that is 4 inches. So this is 4, this is 4, and the bottom part here is 4, and it goes right back there into 12 inches. So we have 3 layers there. Okay, so you can use the folding method, especially if you're dealing with fractions. Okay, meaning 1/3 or 2/3 or whatever it is. Okay, so after we find that 4 inches, which is we're working on just 1 gore, and if you notice here, I have a piece of paper and I have folded the paper in two, and here is a seam. This is the seam for the gore, for the 1 gore. The 1 gore also has a center, and this is the seam. So when you get that 4 inches, you're going to find the half now of 4 inches, and half of 4 inches is 2 inches. You're going to place your tape measure here on this line. This line represents your waist measurement. Okay, so let me make it a little brighter. So this line represents your waist measurement, and as I said before, the paper is double, so that's 1, that's 2. So when you mark off your 2 inches here, okay, let me mark it a little brighter for you. 2 will be on this side and 2 will be on that side, and that makes it 4 inches. The next step is finding your hip. Now I'm using 7 inches here from the waist. So this line represents your waist. You're not supposed to work above it or below it. You work right on the line. From this line, you are going to measure down 7 inches. And for most people, the hip is 7 inches from the waist. Next thing, I am going to be using 32 inches for the hip. And you're going to find the half of 32 inches, and the half of 32 inches is 16 inches. What you're going to do with that 16 inches is divide it into 3 equal parts. Okay, so I'm going to find my 16, and 3 5 is 15, So I'm going to find 15 inches here, 5 inches here I mean, and we're going to use 5 1/4. Now I always tell my students to just do it this way because they can't go wrong. So let us go up a little bit more. We have a little fraction here. And I don't even want to call it because it does complicate things for some who don't really understand. So that looks like 5 1/4. Is it full a quarter? I'm going to show you. So this is the 16, okay? And the tape forms right in there. So what I have here is this. Okay, so the folding method will work for those who do not understand. So I have 5 1/4, which it should be a little bit over that, okay? But I'll work with that. So I'm going to put my finger here again and at the tip here, and I'm going to take, I don't bother to tell them to find it or to use their phone or their calculator, because some of them just stand and look at me and I know they don't understand. So I just tell them to use the folding method. So we have 2 here, and this is 2 1/2, and we're going to go right in here, okay? So that's the fraction that we have, okay? So here it is, and I really don't want to be using any fraction here, okay? Because I know some people will not understand what I'm saying. So when you find these two, next step you're going to do is just put your finger here. I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. Place your finger here and place your finger here. And what you're going to do is just do like this. So right in the mark there and right in the mark here. Okay, you don't even have to use a ruler, which you could do, all right, because you could do like this. You could do like this, you know, put the ruler where the 2 inches is and put the ruler here. Okay, so you could do like that, but I didn't want you to do like that, so I just fold it, and when you fold it you'll get the perfect gore. Okay, and this can be any length: thigh, knee, mid calf, or ankle. Okay, it depends. So once you do that, you just fold the paper, it doesn't matter how long it is, and you go straight down like that. Okay, the next thing that you must do when you have that crease, so I'm going to mark it so you can see it. So the next thing you're going to do is to add 1/2 inch allowance, and you must add your allowance, because if you don't do that, it's going to take it away from your skirt. So I'm just going to add 1/2 inch here, and that is the allowance for the skirt. Okay, so I am just going to cut this, and when I cut this, I will show you what it's looking like. So here it is, 3 gores, and this 3 gore will give you 6 gores. So you will use these 3 gores to cut the 3 for the back. It's as simple as that. Let me take it up. So remember, we only work on the center gore, which was 1. Okay, so here it is, and I use that one to cut these 2. And if you notice, you can see that the waist is much narrower, and the hemline is much wider, and that's what a gore looks like. Okay, so if you're going to put the zip to your side, remember we add 1/2 inch to each side, and that is for the allowance. A 1/2 inch goes to all the sides. But if you're going to put your zipper in the side, you would give the left side, okay, which is here, 1 inch. Okay, and that is for the zipper allowance. Okay, and remember, you can take the skirt to your knee, to your mid thigh, to your ankle, or wherever you want it. Just fold it off, and it will just fall in place by itself. So I hope this was simple enough for you to understand how to do a 6-gore skirt. And as you can see, you join them together and you can cut one flare skirt. So these three pieces put together can give you just one front without joining any at all. So you can just fold off back the 1/2 inch, only leave it to the right side and the left side, and that will give you a swing skirt. Okay, and this is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. Thank you for watching. Yeah, this is our 6-gore skirt from another angle, 3 in the front and 3 in the back.